Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I'm your host, David Strege, and today I have another review for you from a film from 2013 that was put together by two different companies. And This is the second film that I know, the third film that I know of so far that has been associated with Gator Blade Films director Sean Donahue. But he also co-directed this with a director by the name of Chris Leto, who also directed another film called A Rough Cut. And He is in charge of the film production company Reaper Films. Chris Leto actually had a segment on the Theater of the Deranged anthology too. Um, so this film is a kind of an homage to early slasher university films of those annoying Delta houses, and this film is called Die Die Delta Pi. And here's what the film looks like. I actually picked this up off of Amazon Prime, and I believe it is now out of print. And from what I understand, it's one of their best sellers. So in the spring of 1986, Delta Pi was a frat house filled with naughty, slutty, rich girls, and Delta Pi's house mother was sick of it. We begin to see a couple making out as they are yelled at. We see the one girl go outside to her car and grab a flask. We assume she drinks the flask, and we watch as a boy in a toga watches. As a girl with glasses comes up behind her with some kind of trash bag, we hear Catherine, the house mother, exclaim, "Shouldn't you be inside with the rest of the lambs for the slaughter?" Meanwhile, a couple of girls are gabbing about another murder that has happened on campus while applying makeup to go to the end of the year toga party. In walks a naked girl as she insults them to hurry up, as she has plans to have her boy toy over and not to go to the stupid not to go to the stupid bonfire and fuck. Allison and her friend just laugh. Meanwhile, Katie is in her room dancing to some jams while in walks a sorority leader who tells the two about the plans to go burn a ritual dummy of their house mother as its tradition. The girls think it's lame as they think they are going to check out some bodacious hunks in and they think that this idea is a hell of a lot sexier idea. Meanwhile, the girl in the hallway with the glasses, Marissa, is obviously being called a name called a nerd as she passes the sorority girls, uh, as they twitter about how the nerd or twerp thinks she's so much better than they all are, as is always that and Marissa is always that one girl who always raises her hand and gets all her work in. So they invite Marissa, the one they keep calling a nerd or a twerp, to the ceremonial burning, obviously not afraid to show some tits and ass. So we see some boys, Patrick and Scumbag, gathering wood in what looks like Flintstones outfits, as the radio is cautioning students to be aware as spring break is being celebrated that there is a killer on the loose. Heather, one of the girls, takes pictures and takes the last beer as they send Patrick stumbling to go off and get some more beer. Naked, the girls and the boy toy comes over with some gnarly punk pink hair, looking at one of those, looking like at one of those 80s slide binoculars and retro plastic shades for her night of roleplay. We're here breathing at the bonfire as they initiate Marissa to the breaks ceremony by a slap on her ass, as is tradition with a 2x4 brick of wood. The dummy is in place of the fire, and one of the girls push is the dummy into the fire as they spray hairspray, accidentally catching Marissa on fire, and everyone starts running. Marissa looks like she's dying as the last boy runs. No one seems to be around, but the bodies of students are bloodied and laying all about the house dead. Phone lines dead and cut. House mother Catherine has boiled and slashed up everyone, and lastly stabbed the boy as he realizes too late what massacre has taken place. Flash forward to the present day at Sun State University as a new group of girls are looking for pledges for Delta Pi. A mother drops off her daughter, Diana. Diana meets up with her friend Kelly as we hear lots of cheering. Meanwhile, her mother, Donna Parker, visits where the bonfire took place. She runs into a deputy who also survived the massacre. Donna thinks it's all her fault. We pan in on the present day gym workout room as an Asian I'd is being ridiculed by a jock named Owen. While hooking up with her friends, a random Delta Pi came and told them to stop by and check them out. Times have changed. They look out for each other. We see that college life hasn't changed with attitudes against smart people at Delta Pi. Donna, meanwhile, is catching up with the deputy and asks about Marisha Chambers. She might have only gone to the hospital. And Katie, who ended up in the mental ward. While Donna's daughter and her friends attend the grand opening of Delta Pi, they learn that in the 1800s, the house was used to house a secret underground organization of women. Donna, on the other hand, goes and visits Katie in the mental hospital and learns that she entered in on her own accord in March of 1989, and she felt as if she were pursued by someone. When Donna finally visits Katie, she's verbally aggressive and asks why she's really here, and whether she remembers the night they killed Marissa, then going into a rambling confession about going back after the bonfire and running into all the Delta Pi brothers and sisters dying in their own blood. The burnt one is watching. Now, I won't go into all the details as the performance of the lady playing older Katie was spot on about being quite the loony. Uh, kind of reminded me of the girl in Michael Douglas's Don't Say a Word. Will you pledge for Delta Pi? I thought that this was a well put together, slow rise of honor to the slasher genre. And it's not like a splatterfest, but a slow rise to the angered revenge of an innocent enacting the cold dysfunction on the newest members of Delta Pi. As a victim of bullying myself at one point in my life, I can see how one can easily hate the college experience. People can be so cruel. I give this film a well done job. I enjoyed it. Will you? Well, if you've seen this film, um, check the film out for yourself. If you've seen it, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts were of the film. I enjoyed it. I thought the acting in here was relatively decent for a B film, and the film stars Crystal Pixie Adams as one of the Delta Pi recruits. Andrea Alfonso as Donna Parker, Bianca Elaine as Donna Parker from 1986, as Bianca Elaine Kine, Vincent Anthony as one of the school extras, Kristen Avery as Diana Parker, Kyle Ayala as Adolfo, Lexi Balistreri as Cindy, Christine as Chloe, one of the twins, as Christine Conradis, Olivia Blake as Marissa Chambers, Raven Blackwell as a mental patient, Keisha Burchard as Marie, Shade Burnett as Catherine Jordan, Nick Canning as one of the school extras, Colin Carney as Patrick Sims from 1986, Tanya Christensen as Katie Kaplan, um, Mike Christopher as Officer Toby, Madison Conradis as Zoe, twin number 2, Cindy Kratz as Allison Murray, Sam Durr as one of the school extras, Sean Donahue as a hand double, Callie Dunning as Betty from 1986, Mia Fluitt as a school extra, AJ Gaither as Toga Partier from 1986, Bob Glazier as a paramedic, Rue Gorgrinder as Veronica from 1986, Rod Grant as Patrick Sims, Gary B. Gross as one of the dead police officers, Pamela Guzman as a girl in a hallway from 1986, Jason Henn as Toby from 1986, Mitchell Heron as Scott Porter from 1986, Andy Hyun as Harry Hugh, Alex Indust as a cheerleader boyfriend from 1986, and so on and so forth. So definitely check out this review or this film if you can. I definitely enjoyed the film. I enjoyed describing the film, and hopefully you enjoyed my description of this film. Definitely like and subscribe to my page if you have not, and check out some of my other reviews. So I appreciate the traffic. Thanks for listening, and have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Thank you. Have a nice day.